Hey guys, and welcome again to City of Heroes. I said that I wanted to do a series with my Peacebringer, so here she is. Her build is completely done, and she is an Incarnate as well, so in this series I'll be tackling much harder content than I would on the Scrapper. Namely, I thought it would be cool to record the Dark Astoria story arc, both because it's pretty fun if you like eldritch, Lovecraftian horror themes, but also, and I think people might not realize this, but Dark Astoria is one of the best ways to progress your Incarnate abilities. So, just in case you don't know, the deal with Dark Astoria is that the Banished Pantheon found something very old and powerful under the ground. But this happened while the rest of the city was completely preoccupied with the Ricti invasion, so no one could stop them. And as a result, Dark Astoria is a complete mess right now. All of the citizens were sacrificed. It's pretty grim, actually. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. The way you actually start this story arc is you have to be an Incarnate, and then Captain Nolan will contact you saying he needs you to investigate a series of suicides that started just when the city closed the gates to Dark Astoria. He says he needs an Incarnate because everyone else has just been failing and going missing. So let's go down this rabbit hole. Apparently this person jumped to his death off an apartment building while mumbling something about sins and burdens. The scene before you is a grim one. You search through the dead man's pockets to see that his name is Harry Eifer, and he knew he would have to pay for his sins after that day. He was having dreams of monsters clawing at him, saying they will feast on the power of his sin. You see, he was living out of a boat in Peregrine Island. Okay, let's check out his boat. I actually really like the Peacebringer Police Department uniforms. Might have to make one. Of course, there is another uniform for Kheldians, like all the trainers have it, and so does Moonfire. Kinda looks like this. Alright, so this is where Harry Eifer lived. You find the journal belonging to Harry Eifer, in which he writes about his dreams. He goes into great detail about his escape from Astoria, so Harry was from there. The dead were swarming the streets, slaughtering people by the dozens. He was following a woman named Heather Townshend. His journal becomes less coherent as the days go on. The last entry says he was going to visit someone in an old building nearby in apartment 113. Eifer said that he saw the apartment in his dreams. Oh lord. The apartment complex is run down and in dire need of renovation. How could such a place exist in Peregrine Island? I mean, are we talking about the same Peregrine Island? Oh, a path made with candles. No, that's totally normal. That's not foreboding at all. Just candles and a lot of garbage. Okay, that is not a normal door. And that is a giant tentacle. Great. I love me some tentacles. Let's talk to this guy. It begins again, the ebb and flow, back and forth, more march to the slaughter, which we all hope to stop. Yeah, who are you? The world is paying for the sins of the past, for the sin of forgetting the past. What do you mean? Is that thing looking... oh. Okay. Ew. 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 Oh, no. I've seen enough to know where this is going. Alright, that just drops you in Dark Astoria, in First Light. There's these protective circles all over. They seem to give the undead a really bad day. I don't think they actually do anything though, like you don't need them. Anyway, we are supposed to be looking for signs of friendly life. Circle of Thorns 51 probably does not qualify. I love this zone. I love the old Astoria, but I like the new one as well. Especially now that you actually have a good reason to be here. Circle of Thorns and Talons of Vengeance, which I don't think you see very often outside of this zone. Here's another one of those protective circles. Dark Astoria is in turmoil, Wondrous. Yeah, no kidding, dude. If you wish to get to the bottom of what is happening, I would suggest finding Heather Townshend. That's the woman from Harry's journal again. Yeah, so this guy gives you an endless supply of missions in Dark Astoria, and once per day or once every 20 hours you can get a bundle of 10 incarnate threads as a reward. So if you still need threads, you can do this every day. Okay, he gave us a waypoint to Heather, so let's go see her. Harry's journal mentioned that she didn't want to talk to him, but I'm guessing she's gonna want to talk to us at least. I think this series is going to be a lot of fun. You know, whenever people make their own rankings of like the archetypes and the power pools, the Peacebringer seems to come in very low, usually. But I think I can solo this entire story at +4 × 8. It should be a fun challenge. Well, there's Heather, and a lot of other people hiding in one of the circles. Let's get some answers. It's nice to see a friendly face around here, but how did you get here? Oh girl, there were tentacles, it was awful. It seems whatever is in this city wanted you to come here. What are you doing here? What are these runes? A while back I began to feel a pull to Dark Astoria. Something was calling me to return. I used to live here before the city was taken over by these monsters. It felt like something was on the brink of bursting forth. There were these strange winged creatures flying towards the cemetery. Some of them were attacking some women who were armed to the teeth. They looked like assassins. The monsters called them traitors to the cause. I felt an incredible force overcome me and I blacked out. I woke up where we're standing right now, surrounded by these protective runes. There were 2 people with me, a man named Kadabra Kill and his wife Sigil. They both told me to leave, that they would help get me out, but I refused. Oh, did you know a man named Harry Eifer? Harry said that he was having dreams about Astoria and asked if I was having them too. I lied to him. I told him I did not. God damn it, Heather. I wanted to forget it all happened, Wondrous. That is why I told poor Harry to leave me alone. But the dreams, they wouldn't stop. How is Harry doing? Oh... yeah, Harry is dead, Heather. He killed himself. Just like the others, I heard about the rash of suicides. They were all people who used to live in Dark Astoria. Whatever is awake here is causing this, Wondrous. Yeah, and that concludes the prelude of this story. Pretty soon we're actually going to be getting into the meat of what's going on here. Actually, this video has only been like 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna keep going. Sadly, it seems like I'm gonna have to do some parts of this through Ouroboros flashback system, but that's fine, it doesn't really change anything. Anyway, so Heather doesn't really know much and she can't help us very much, but she knows that she saw Kadabra and Sigil go into a cave to look at those monsters, so I guess that's where we're going as well. You descend into a system of large caverns beneath the city of Dark Astoria. You see the woman Sigil nearby. Okay, well that was easy. At least Heather wasn't lying. Oh, Wondrous, you are a sight for sore eyes. My husband and I were hoping that someone else would show up to help us. Yeah, okay, you don't have to pat my ego. Do you know what happened to the missing supergroup? The man looked like a shade of himself. My husband told him that we could help him, but he refused, saying something about being beyond help. Yeah, there's no happy ending for this one. Have you seen them in the streets? The monstrous beings that are terrorizing the area along with the banished Pantheon. We think they might be members of the Knives of Artemis, but transformed. There's a member of the group that ran into here. If you're serious about trying to stop this, then I would try to track down that woman and see what she knows. Okay, so we're looking for a member of the Knives of Artemis. Oh wait, these are only +3. That's because I was a farming freak show at 53. Oh well, we'll just do this one mission at +3. They're so spread out though, and this is a cave. Oh my god. I'd like to see if I can skip a bunch of these girls. See if we can get these girls into one nice pack and then we'll just delete them. I know these are not very good mobs to farm. Well, actually they are. I should say it's not a very good map to farm them on. But you know, if I'm gonna do this entire story arc, we might as well get a bunch of money out of it and level. It's just way more fun to me. You see a member of the Knives of Artemis surrounded by what appears to be former members of the Knives of Artemis. Yeah, corpses. They look normal, but upon closer inspection you can see monstrous details that set these women apart. The member of the Knives of Artemis looks worn out, tiredly grasping onto her blade, the edge of it looking dull from too much use. These were my sisters. Something happened to our inner circle, but I do not know what. They chose to be transformed. They call themselves the Knives of Vengeance. They tried to get me to join them, but I refused. They called me traitor and chased me down. They wanted to kill me, Wanderess, but I killed them first. The organization is gone, Wondrous. The monster within Astoria is awakened. I kill 5, 10 more show up. There's no end to this. My hands are covered with the blood of my sisters, twisted and disfigured. I can't go on any further. There's no hope left for this world, don't you see? She is doomed. You will become one with the Knives of Vengeance. Well, probably not. I'll come kill you, though. Oh, I mean arrest you, not kill you, of course. Yeah, I don't want to spend like 5 minutes bringing all these mobs together in a nice cluster in this cave. I'm sure we'll have plenty of good fights, though. Well, I guess for the video, I'll get into a fight. I am taking a surprising amount of damage from these girls, but there's really just not enough to kill us, even if you were sleepy. Okay, let's continue and find that person who was threatening us. What the hell? The one who betrayed us is here. You will not stop us from destroying the Oathbreaker. She will be made to pay. She's gone, justice has been served. Well, that's too bad. I guess it's vengeance then. Kinda looks like I'm in danger, but I'm really not. I'm running permanent light form, so the only dangerous thing here is my own crash. That's never really dangerous if you're ready for it. I'm not even gonna use my heal, because I'll just regenerate faster than they can hurt me. Oh, looks like we just have to clear the whole room. If the fighting gets too monotonous, I'll just fast forward or something. Call to Justice, Inner Light, and Delete. Yeah, I've removed the knockback from everything except Downstrike, because, you know, Downstrike usually kills everything except the bosses anyway. But I think next time I respec, I will take the knockback out of Downstrike as well, just because it's cleaner that way. If you're going with a human form Peacebringer, you really have to just take the knockback out of everything if you're grouping. There's really no point doing damage if your knockback means that everyone else is gonna be doing a lot less damage and just costing everyone time. Thankfully, it's very easy to do. Even while I was just leveling at like level 28, I was already able to take the knockback out of Solar Flare. There we go. The cave you delved into contained more than you could have imagined. You watched as a member of the Knives of Artemis was swallowed by some sort of monstrous mouth after she was proclaiming that the world was doomed. She told you that the Knives of Artemis had transformed into these monsters called the Knives of Vengeance. You were then attacked by one of their assassins. Is this the result of the monster that has awakened within Dark Astoria?